All right. Welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota, and you are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network coming to you live from the US. And today, now the 8th of January 2022, full 1 week. We just done today, the first week of 2022, and we hope say this year will be a prosperous year for we all, una way the watch win and the country, the United States of America. This coronavirus will done this week. And I want to talk about the former president today. And this, like I said, always this interactive session this way we get for put together. Actually, today I know for being supposed for broadcast today because today supposed for being me I be for being get an event today, but unfortunately some tragedy happened in our community, so we get for cancel that event day. That make I decide say well make I just go in and broadcast because a lot of now most of the time one for a within the TP and they say every weekend. So I not just one for the private one that. And what they can talk about today. And your contribution is very, very important on this topic. We want for make when I contribute. I hope say when they hear me fine. Because I think it seems like my battery, my mic, this mic, it fluctuates. I don't know, but if you not hear me fine, do you just say that in the comment section, okay? All right. So we can talk about the former president today, right? And okay, I think say you are hearing me fine because myself they hear it now when I go na YouTube, I dey try for uh share this podcast. I dey see I dey hearing myself, so it means hopefully we are hearing me. All right. This past week we see some insignia t-shirts they go around social media. You get them t-shirt then they way show Team EBK rescue on the way 2023, all those type of things, and it was something we a lot of people they feel a little bit of concern because if we former president don't rule the country for almost 11 years, and the constitution say he not supposed for run again ever as a president. So therefore, when people then they see this type of insignia T-shirt, people then feel a little bit concerned. So that is the perception for many people, especially me in particular also. For say this is going to cause a problem at the country, and so when something happen on social media, everybody they come, they talk in your way. What you want for talk? If not support, they support. If not oppose, they oppose. All those type of things been they go on social media, and for people like we not emotionally, you know, detached. Whenever we hear something on social media, the first thing what would they do? Would they try for investigate and understand what in this way I mean, and if it is true. So I therefore call the former president and try for ask exactly if the in team they know what thing they go on social media and what they think about that. Is it true or not? I not been actually talk to the former president directly, but I've been get the chance to talk to assistant, um, the assistant secretary, and he tell me say he say the former president no get no idea, and he no know anything for say such thing they happen on social media until when they see that. So and that all right. We dey una continue for put una comment. I will dey come to the comment by Wally. We dey come to the comment. So una just continue for put the comment them while I dey try for do a quick monologue. We dey come to the comments. Okay. So the former president say, um, he no get no idea, and therefore he pull out a release a statement where he talks in. And I don't know if I go able to get the statement here. Let me see. I don't know whether I will be able to do that, but because I hope so. No, I don't think so. I don't get Naya right now, but I believe say most of una see the statement where the former president pull out. Let me see if I go able to forget na Facebook or somewhere so that we all be able to read them together. And the former president categorically, in team, categorically tell me say, no, they're not get no idea where them people there we go where in, in status in face, then put on a t-shirt, then say Team EBK 2023. And that make them pull the release they say the former president don't serve for over 10 years, and he appreciates the opportunity where I did just paraphrase the statement of the former president, the release. So he appreciates the opportunity where the Sierra Leonean people then give him. At this time, he believes say he don't do in level best for serve that country. Them. He not get no intention for anything else other than for focus on the assignment where the international community they give him for go around Africa and observe elections. So this is the statement where the former president puts. Now, now, now in release. All right. So when I talk to them, now the same thing what them tell me. Them tell me say the former president don't get no idea. Would I do this? Would I not do this? Now in one green no, but there was no coordination between the former president and the people that we were them t-shirt them. And the people them who do them to them, I think when they try for get the attention of the former president for make if he gets interest for make he able for come back and try for run. Well, I not think say the former president gets that intention. This is what the office of the former president told me. So I know say Sierra Leoneans, especially we within the well, most people, not me in particular, go on the former president make it come back, make it come on. And I not think say it will be possible again because of the constitution. And one of the viewers, we right now they watch this this particular broadcast. He asked me a question, and they come at that question name. And what I they try for do right now, I want for pull the constitution of Sierra Leone, so we all were able to work on together for make we see why the former presidents no longer qualify for run for president. So um, Adepan, what they call qualification of president is age 41. All right. So when I give me chance for America are able for go through that and go to I think the section is section 41. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll get for go through this. We all. That are the qualifications of the president. Um, okay. You know what? Let me just go ahead and share that so that we all go. Did they see me how I defend that? Let me just share the. Let me just bring it here and share it here together. Let we all go through that and whether we're able for no. Okay, so all right. This is the the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Let me just zoom it so that it will be more transparent to now. This is not the Constitution of Sierra Leone. And now we go through that together and find, well, before I do that, let me just put waiting we brother say, by Wali say, can you tell us which part of the Constitution which states that Ernest Koroma should not run for presidency? That's the question we by Wali puts here. So let's go together. You can also do that now. You leisure time and go through that. But let we go together and find um, that particular clause. I think it's supposed to be 41. Um, let's scroll. This is elections is 43. 41 qualification of the president. Um, So these are, well, let's start with the qualification first before you run for president. Then we go to where the term limit, I think it's called term limit. I go then call it, but let's go first. The qualification. Qualification for office of president. So when I also right, it says no person shall be tried for election as president unless he A is a citizen of Sierra Leone, B is a member of a political party, C has attained the age of 40 years, and D is otherwise qualified to be elected as member of parliament. These are the qualifications of a president. Now, let me try and run for term limit if we're able to get her. Term, I think it's called term limit. Okay, yep. Tenure of office of president, etc. So let me just bump it a little bit. Let me go to 200 or so that yeah 200. When I say I'm fine, not so. All right, let's go through this, Mr. Baiwali. Since now you asked this question, let we all go through this together, right? The tenure of office of president, etc. It says, no person shall hold office as president for more than terms of 5 years each, whether or not the terms are consecutive. 46 1. See, now in this, Mr. Baiwali, this is the answer to your question. No person shall hold office as president for more than 2 terms of 5 years each, whether or not the terms are consecutive. So this is very, very explicit. It tells we say, as long as you don't do you 2 terms, whether consecutive or otherwise, you're not supposed for all the office of the president, you're not supposed for come back, carry on for the office of the president. Okay, so this now section 46 1 now in disqualify the former president for run. And the former president, according to what he then tell me, the office tell me, then tell me say the president not get no intention at all. In fact, that t-shirt then the way they go around on social media, and not even know about that. This is what they told me. Okay, everybody can get in your own way of thinking about this particular incident will happen. But I call the former president directly, and the office tell me saying, not to the president urge that one day. There are people where they go on social media, they talk say, oh, now the president he just try for do this for make it test the water, for make it see the reactions of the people them. Well, that's them people then now then your opinion that one day. But waiting them tell me, waiting the office of the president tell me, then tell me say, the president not get no intention in one for focus on some of the diplomatic things then way they do now the sub-region. This is what they told me. So section 46 1 or section 46 subsection 1 tell we say no person shall hold office as president for more than 2 terms of 5 years. 2 terms of 5 years is 10 years, not so each, whether or not the terms are consecutive. That is the question. Okay. Now, if you get a follow-up question by Wali, just let me know, because this is interactive. So let me go to Cheryl Omotunde Blyden. He say why His Excellency, I think that one they mean. So Salo no they plan for get female presidents in the future. I don't think say there is now the constitution as you see it here. It's very, very clear. It say no person shall hold office as president for more than 2 terms of 5 years each, whether or not the terms are consecutive. So there is no he there at all. So this particular statement, gender bias, it's gender neutral. So I don't know Omotunde Blyden, what do you mean he? There is no he here. Now then say a person. In fact, number 2 say any person who is elected president. Oh yeah, I think what did the type for talk about? The second paragraph now you mean, right? The second paragraph, I think now you mean, okay? It says any person who is elected president while he is or has been elected a member of parliament shall, on assuming office as president, cease to be an elected member of parliament, and his seat shall be declared vacant. Okay? So I think that one didn't know what they try for talk about. That's okay. Now, let we go to, okay, Baiwali says I'm following up. Thank you, Baiwali. Okay. Amatunde says, no to His Excellency. I mean, okay. I don't understand what you mean. So probably now you mean the second paragraph where you say he instead of he or she. It's okay. All right. All right. Okay. Oh, you said I said he. Well, I was talking directly about the president, the former president. Now that make I say he. If I do that, maybe I forget. So sorry about that. That's fine. That's fine. I may forget, but when since the context is about the former president, and now that make probably I say he. But in any case, section 46 subsection 1 clearly um, eliminates any president who don't run for 2 terms, whether consecutive or not. So that's done by the former president. But hey, I am not a legal person, right? So I'm not gonna sitting down here and say this is absolute. This is just my own layman literal interpretation of this particular statement. A very very straightforward. But sometimes if you are not qualified, you are not trained for look at certain technicalities of this, you may say the wrong thing. So if I say the wrong thing, forgive me, I'm sorry, but this is what the Constitution tells me as a layman for say no person shall hold office as president for more than 2 terms of 5 years each, whether or not the terms are consecutive. Very straightforward, not so. So George Orwell, let's go to George Orwell. George Orwell says these are diabolical plans by anti-APC to cause infighting within the party. So, George Orwell, can you elaborate a little bit? What do you mean? Do you mean the T-shirt them, the one that will make these T-shirts, or the one that we criticize this then T-shirt away some guys trying for cause problem for the former president? Which one you mean? You just say these are just diabolical plans. So elaborate on that. But clearly speaking, to the office of the president, the former president, he tell me say there is no intention for run um, president again. Na salon because he don't do in level best way he get for do. So now he want to focus on helping other countries then for realize the the good things that we don't do in that country there. And I agree with him. I totally agree with him because um I believe say the former presidents don't do so much in that country there. And e no go tell well if people then try for tarnish then in your character, especially things then way you know do, or as he say, you not get the intention for do. So I agree with him. I totally agree with him for say yes. It was timely for come out and give out a statement for try for clarify some of them here because social media now a place of filth. People are going around try for bringing anything where they go able to get hands on and try sometimes even try for destroy the reputations of good people like the former president. Yes, the former president still the chairman and leader of the APC party. There are no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, it's let the former president come out and say, "This is what I want to do. I want to come back in active politics and run for the presidency." Then that time it becomes a national debate and probably a legal matter. As I tell you, na the constitution we just did na the screen so it clearly state out say the former president no not qualify again for run for that particular position. Now, you want to know how the former president they come back in the power? Una want to know? Probably if the former president want for do am, na the best way for do am. And I'm not encouraging him to do that because that is a little bit too much for we at the APC for go through that tenuous situation, and especially we within the opposition. And when you look at this constitution, uh, There is nowhere in this constitution, nowhere. Well, as far as I know, let me don't just make an absolute statement. I not see no sign of the constitution where ban the vice president after he be vice president for 2 terms, we ban him for making no run for the presidency. No sign of it, right? The same way, I not see no sign of this constitution we ban a former president for making no run for vice president. Ah. So now you see the points where probably if Ernest Koroma want for come back na power, he get for do it indirectly. He get for run for vice president where he not get no term limit. You get no term limit. So, and sometimes we know say Ernest Koroma is too powerful, right? Now the APC party. Running for vice president, if they win, I'm not encouraging that, and I'm not tolerating that in any shape or form. This is just a theoretical analysis for people then we actually eager for make Ernest Koroma run for president. I think they are actually shooting at the wrong side. Ernest Koroma will never become president again, as far as I know. As far as the constitution I read, it tell me, look at Naya very very clearly. No person shall hold office as president for more than 2 terms or 5 years each, whether or not the terms are consecutive. So it doesn't matter you go, you come back like Russia, as long as you don't run for 2 times, whether consecutive or sporadical, whatever you call them, you are not qualified to do that any longer. And the former president know that. That make it come out quickly and try for clarify that situation where people that in Facebook or social media, they go through all this nonsense where then they say rescue 2023 team EBK, all those type of stuff. Okay, right? But the constitution also bar the former president for run for vice president, right? And sometimes it depends on what are the charisma or characters of the vice president. It can be as powerful as the president too. And as far as Ernest Koroma they in the APC, it's so powerful in the APC. So it can be a vice president. He still they call the shots. He not need for being at the top, what they call, and they call the shots. So if he really want to come back now active politics, this is the only way where Ernest Koroma go able to do, where they cost too much. There's some people then go hala hala, but legally speaking, they not go ban him for running for vice presidency. This is the situation where the SLPP get for find themselves, and I hope say the former president know they think about that, because he is a statesman. When he don't run, he don't reach that level there, and the people that don't give this respect, go retire, go clean, take your cutlass or whatever, you dog or you hunting gun, you go to bush, you go hunt, you enjoy yourself the remaining of your life. So now that one they may expect the former president for do, but if he really want for run, this is how he go able to come back na power indirectly for become vice president of a candidate. Where if that candidate they win, then the former president will be. And you see, they say never, right? This is always the situation. Never say never. We not go say the former president not going ever come back as leader, because AI is the problem. Okay. And now the technical side, it become more, tedious than a lot of we think. Now let's say the former president run and then win as a vice president, then win the election. These are some of the theories that we get for put together and see the possibility. Okay, I'm not saying this to encourage the former president or encourage anybody for all the former president for do this. I am totally against that, because democracy should be clean and clear. Okay, but it's not illegal for the former president for run for vice president, as long as the constitution not ban am. Okay, but here is the situation where you define yourself na then kind scenario here. Now let's say the former president become a vice candidate, say na the anybody wey dey win election na the APC party, him become the vice candidate. Then they happen for win election. The former president becomes the vice president. Okay. Then, may God forbid it, the president is handicapped. Now we have a constitutional crisis. So you see, we have a constitutional crisis right here. So when people are just coming up and say this, that, you get for look at everything in a 360-degree angle for make you able to find complications and other stuff them within we constitution. Okay. Now, if this particular scenario where I just don't tell una so, and the president become handicapped, or may God forbid it even die. So are you saying the vice president not for can take the leadership as president? Yeah, the constitution clearly talk and say he's not supposed to come back and become president again after in 2 terms. Now we have a constitutional crisis. You see, these are some of the technicalities where as a layman, now the law, me not a lawyer, I not get no legal background, but looking at the the human side of it, and the the technical side of it, not the legal side, but the technical side of it, it is very very interesting. Okay, it is very very interesting. So that's not the situation. Let me um come back here and try for what they call. Okay, now let we go to uh let we go to Idris Ture. Idris Ture say that's no dey happen. The power himself no get that plan dey. We know for the talk about that self, and I no believe say people eager for that for happen. Yeah, I agree with you, Idris say. But for the fact that those things are actually out there on social media, it creates a perception within the minds of Sierra Leoneans. Say, if you go on social media, you follow social media, you will begin find out saying, indeed, there are people where they try for urge the former president for make um, um, Iran. Okay, then they try for do that for make Iran. And that make then they do them thing, then they print T-shirt and put another way they. And people then the way they do so, not to because then they look at the law, then they look at their own personal interests. Because if the former, maybe then people then they have been beneficiaries of the former president in government, and hoping that if the former president run again and happen for win, those people will benefit too. But I not feel say the power. I don't like I say. I tell when I talk to the power in office. He tell me frankly say that not to think we he plan for do and he not plan for do that. But we have to discuss it one way or the other, right? So that's not the situation we find ourselves on social media. All right. So um it's just too complicated. It's just too complicated. But like I said, the the former president for able for kind of power, not as a leader, but a vice leader, a vice president, that's alone. That is going to be interesting, right? And so what happened if the former okay, okay. The more I think about this, the more it become plausible. I'm talking about plausible, not too possible, plausible. Let's say the former president actually take that that initiative for run for vice president. Then after um, the APC win, he resign and bring in somebody else. How about that scenario? What do you think about that scenario? Do you think the former president will resign after that? Do you think so? Yeah. A lot of APC people then will say, "Oh, that's not the most promising scenario that one the way doctor they try to talk about." Because the former president is still popular in the country, but since he's not going to be on the ballot, so just like in 2018 when he been be president, the former president was popular by then also, and he been get all the opportunity for make the APC win that election day. But because not to him being there at the ballot box, we lost the election, right? And now, with him popularity, if he become the vice president for make APC win no more the 2023 election, maybe now in them people here, then they talk about for say maybe the former president for make he come in and can be vice president for rescue the APC party. After that, he resign. Then another person coming. Plausible, right? Nah, man, I don't want to let that happen. No, I don't want for that to happen. But anyway, in any case, this Nami short broadcast for today, and I hope say we all dey think about this. Waiting a broadcast today, um, a very important, and we can just think about that and see the thing. As an analyst, I did look at um, every theory and try for put hypothesis in those theory and see whether it's going to be possible or not. This is possible, right? This is actually possible. Former president coming back as a vice president. It happened in Russia, not to so. Yeah, you could tell me so Russia not to through democracy. Yeah, I understand. But then the vote, it happened. Then constitution say enough for become president consecutively for how many times? I think three after 3 times. Um, but after 3 times, you can stay out for a year and come back. That's the Nigerian constitution, Russia constitution. So waiting Putin do, say because he popular in Russia, so when in time done where the constitution allow him, so he not run again as president, he go run as prime minister. And in campaign, when I Medved, now he make he run as president. So then win again, and Putin was the prime minister, and Medved was the president. Then after that time they done, then switch again. Medved run for prime minister, and Putin run for president. It's very interesting, right? Very interesting. So these are some of the possibilities where I believe say if Ernest Koroma really want for kind of power now, that one day. But I believe say we at the APC will not go encourage them to this they happen at all because that's not a bad example down there. No, a bad example. And hopefully, we think about that. Hey, but time will tell, right? Time will tell. If that happens, then it's going to be a blowback, especially within the APC party. But he get the right to do so. Can he do that? I don't think so. Because they assure me say they're not going to do it. They're not plan that. All right. So our programming notes for next week Sunday. Throughout next weekend, we get two programs. The first one, when a Saturday, like now the regular program, like the one we will get to. Then on Sunday, we get an interview with two of the APC USA chairmanship candidates, Dr. Sufian Kalako and Kebi Ture. Then get for dinner the program on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern time and 12 p.m. Pacific time. So they can discuss about the APC USA elections and politics and see what he actually, because them two people they are now people that we don't know the APC party as leaders. Kebi Ture don't lead the Philly chapter for some time, a long time, and he run for the vice chairmanship of the APC USA, and Dr. Sukan Kaloko himself, now the current president of North Carolina, and he don't rule that chapter there for some time now in the run for the chairmanship of the APC USA. So now let's go to Lucretia Van. He say, I don't know anything about politics. By listening, I think EBK just wants APC to come back to power. Then he will take a back seat. It could be, and in my scenarios that we are put together, it could be. But the question is, power is very very tempting. Not so. Somebody they tell you say, oh yeah, I did resign so time. Remember, Ernest Koroma been promised we say 3 months after the election, he resigned. Yes, a lot of some people then go say, oh, it be me now because it be say so because it be feel say the APC get for win. So now that scenario they now that context they it mean. 4 years later, he has not resigned. So could it be a repeat of that? It could be. It could be. It could be say just one for do one because when it named in at the ballot box, a lot of people then go vote not for the candidate but for Ernest Koroma. Okay. So it could be a very plausible scenario and an interesting scenario where it gave of course chaos at the hearts of the SLPP folks. Gave of course chaos. But the constitution not ban them. No, the constitution not ban them at all. So Lucretia Ban, you may be correct on that side. Okay. I'm sure that that's why he is holding on. If APC should have won, he would have taken a back seat. Maybe, maybe. I don't know. But what happened if APC, may God forbid it's APC not win 2023? He still continue for big chairman. So you see, sometimes some of them, their perception that will get, sometimes they lead me to something where they say unintended consequence. Okay? So, but in any case, I don't think say Ernest Koroma for staying in power because he just want to make the APC kind of power. I believe say Ernest Koroma would be more effective if he hand over power to someone else and run the show behind the scene. It will be more effective on that because right now all the hits that they throw up now, and it affects the APC party in some ways. So I strongly believe say the APC party get formidable, qualified members who go able to take that leadership effectively. Then go able to perform the same thing, the same effective way like an Eskroma, or even maybe more than an Eskroma. I strongly believe that we have qualified people, very effective people who go able to take that leadership without an Eskroma. That's my belief. That's what I believe. But hey, we don't know. No. So, but this is a very, very interesting analysis we have put. And I'm not doing this to encourage an Eskroma. I want to re-emphasize. I'm not doing this because I want to encourage an Eskroma. I'm doing this just for analysis sake, for people who don't know whether an Eskroma uh, is coming back to power or qualified to come back to power or not. Like I said, look, let me bring it again for people that will just join. For people that will just join me, this is the scenario where we try for explain. Um, is an Eskroma qualified to come back to power as president? No, it's not qualified. Look at her very, very boldly. An Eskroma is no longer qualified to become president of Salon, run for president of Salon. No, it's a little bit too big. See, section 46 of the Constitution, subsection 1, when at the tenure of office of president say, it says no person shall hold office as president for more than 2 terms or 5 years each, whether or not the terms are consecutive. So right here, say it, the one where I highlight to, it make them very clear, say, the person not go come again. But again, earlier I try for explain the plausibility of an Eskroma coming back to power indirectly, and that's got to do with the vice presidency. Because in the constitution, there is nowhere in the constitution, as far as I know, where ban a former president for run for vice president. Nowhere in the constitution. So if an Eskroma want for kind of power, that's not the only way. But there is another hypothesis I just throw into this scenario, and that is, let's say an Eskroma run for vice president at the APC party, and then happen for win the election. Then it happened for BC, the president become handicapped or disabled to the extent that you know we're able to continue with in duty. What happened then? And now this is where we have a constitutional crisis because the constitution banned the former president for be back for be um, um, for be president in any way, shape or form. So now, if the president is disabled, what will happen? Do we have to hold another election? Yeah, even if let's say, may God forbid it 100 times. Let's say the president happen for die suddenly. Tentatively, an Eskroma who was the former president, where the constitution don't ban, become the president. You see how he come back na power? This is how an Eskroma they come back na power, but it causes a constitutional crisis. Now, now, when that scenario day becomes reality, this is where you started seeing people are scrambling for get a solution to this. Are we going to do another election? Yeah. So this is the scenario. I think I get two. I get two comments where I want to talk about also. After the convention, he will leave and be there as an advisor. He has other jobs internationally. We hope so. We hope so too. I hope so too. I hope so. In as much as Ernest Koroma want for continue for protect the APC, there is a time when you become a problem with all the good intention for the very entity where you try to protect. Longevity should not be an excuse for someone's stubbornness, right? So hopefully after the convention and Escoma will left office and focus on in retirement and whatever assignment way he will get from international community or something like that. All right, Jay Suare say Dr. Mankota will be a good candidate for Sierra Leone and I will vote for Dr. Well, thank you very much for that. Yeah, I know. Being a good candidate. Some people they hate me. So also Ernest Koroma. So also Tijan Kabab. So also Madabio. So yeah, I will be a good candidate. And maybe I will be after Tijan Kabab, the next president where they unify the country, because of me liberal way of thinking. So hopefully, not only you as a SLPP will vote for me, but many other SLPP we don't know whether Dr. Mankota will vote for Dr. Mankota if God agree. Okay, because me na unifier. Okay, so yeah, definitely. Not everyone going to begin talk and say you will vote for me. But first of all, you don't register. If you don't register, how you go they go vote for me? I think I want to make you what I'm calling for say you go support me. Okay? If you say they support me, then that's a reality. But until you register, you're not going to be able to vote. It's just about like playing lottery. If you not play, you're not going to be able to win. So you go support me, not so. Jay Suare. All right. So these are some of the comments where I don't get so far. And I think say I am very close to okay. 6 more minutes for me. 6 more minutes. Yep, 100%. I know. But you know, say me na your body, man. You sabi me, not to Yana, Africa, you sabi me. So you know, say me na somebody way very liberal minded. And the way politics done it today, my brother, everybody is a fanatic. If you are not a fanatic person for your party, even within your own party, people then call you all kind of names. Me and don't call me within the APC and don't call me so many names. I just come up, and fetch Gigi Snow. Now one of we forums them na social media. I believe say me company them me come read and then they still send me some uh, uh nasty text them like that forum there. Um it's very funny, right? Somebody will tell you say we have a freedom of speech, but when you say something where you not like, he become angry and he begin blast you. So these are some of the freedom of speech now social media will get. What did I say? Now question I ask actually, because I dey see every Friday, one of we candidates when Dr. Samura pictures then where he dey go pray na mosque. He dey go pray na mosque. Almost every Friday, I dey see them pictures on there. So now simple question I just ask them. I say, una wait ba because I know say Samura na Christian. I say Dr. Samura don't revert, he don't convert to Muslim. That question where I ask, I don't ask that question there at all. One demented comrade, he come after me. How many are empty right? I say, bro, this is not simple question I ask. If you dey see somebody, they go pray every time, and you know say the person is Christian, I think say not a bad thing for ask if the person don't give that. But now that na cause problem on my head. All right. Peter Dowda says, talking about a constitutional crisis, what if the Southeast threatened to break away from Sierra Leone if Ernest Koroma runs for the presidency again? Now, the Southeast no will ever break away from Sierra Leone. Who's they go? Who's the Southeast they go? And now it's not possible, man. That scenario is on the scenarios then way it just destroy the country. Yeah. It just destroy the country. I think we'll get a constitution, right? Me, I don't go ever tolerate for let anybody flout the constitution of Salon because I did problem they come. When somebody they flout out the constitution of Salon, it's a problem. And we know say with 1991 constitution, it not mature to the for making able to pick up some of them future scenarios they are way now with the try for analyze. But the thing about democracy is you deal with what you get, not so. Right now, this constitution will get. Why would they deal with Madabio? Not everybody agree with Madabio, but the Northwest say they're not going to tell you say well we they split because we don't like Madabio. The same thing with the Southeast. When Ernest Koroma come to power, not everybody in the Southeast like Ernest Koroma, but they're not going to say then they split because who side they go? That small country, who side they go? Southeast about 1 point something million. Yeah. So who side they go? I think say that not a scenario where it possible anyway, in any case. Unfortunately, I did try for bring some of the analysis here for make people they are able to open up their mind and try to see what not to everything not black and white. There are so many things where probably if you not open your mind for seeing, you go miss. All right. Jay Suarez say they need to learn more about Dr. Mankota. My brother, you are a fighter. Mr. Dauda, Sierra Leone going to remain the same as Sierra Leone. Oh, okay. Mr. Dauda, Sierra Leone is going to remain as the same as Sierra Leone. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Dauda is a little bit too much. He really too much into this. These are some just analysis. It's possible. You go to the constitution where we all believe in. Look at now so look at now I put some at the screen so. Nowhere that the constitution say a former president we don't go 2 times, not for run for vice president. Now that constitution they will get. Okay? And the constitution will get. So if that don't give the former president the ability for run, the legal opening or door for run, we are now we for make we say it not go run. Even though we not agree with that, me personally I not agree. The former president don't and when I talk to them, then there's when I see the nonsense here where they go on social media. When I talk to them, now this I talk. I say, listen, guys, the former presidents don't rule that country there with distinction. I not that don't mean same, a perfect, not perfect. No leader not in Africa way perfect. You must make a lot of mistakes them, but at least it don't do in level best serve that country there. The last thing where they do again for destroy the legacy we don't call for come back and begin conflict for can run for president. That's or even for vice president. That is a little bit too much for in legacy. I told them on the phone. I told them on the phone, say, I don't think say, and that's something I assure me say, that's not to that, got no intention of that. So I agree with them. I totally agree with them. But is it possible? Yeah, it is. And it is legal. The only problem now is when the last scenario where I put, where I say, what happened, let's say the former president, because he get the authority, he get the legal authority for run for vice president, he run for vice president, and after they win, the president become disabled to the extent that he not be able to continue for function. Now we have a constitutional crisis. Now we have. So you see, And they analyze things in every angle, so you go able to understand the implication, the advantage and disadvantage of any action where would they take when it comes to politics. Now let we go to Baiwale. Baiwale says there is high possibility that Southeast might dissociate from the rest of the country. Please, Mankota, do not rule out that scenario. Now, I they rule out because the country is too small for. Well, what happened if Kabbalah say then they dissociate themselves? That means you don't have a country. You don't have a country. So that scenario is just too much. I think say the southeast is as patriotic as any other part of the country. I strongly believe that. They want for make sure say, they want for CIS alone a better country. A 7 million, you now begin to go disintegrate. So in as much as people they think that scenario than they, but it's very, very difficult to go through that. Now, Lucas Ban says, we see what happened in the neighborhood country. Hibike won't try it. He have he have who like he have who like you and who hates you. Oh, okay. You mean he have who like you and who hate you? There will be a fight. Yeah. I understand what you trying for talk, Lucretia. Like I said, Ibike the in office assured me say Ibike no get no plan for that. So I trust him. I trust him. I trust him. So let's wait and see. But what to make I bring them kind of scenarios yeah, for let people then they're able for prepare their mind in case because I go only trust mortal man so much. We are unpredictable animals, right? Today are glad, tomorrow are angry. I will tell you one thing today, tomorrow I will tell you another thing. So we are animals, right? We get this unstable way of doing things. So now that make I want for prepare Sierra Leoneans them for make them know say if Ernest Koroma really want for kind of power, this is the route where you get for take for come back na power. Well, I agree with you. I don't think say you get that plan there. Peter Dauda say if it was not possible for Tijan Kaba, how can it be possible for Ernest Koroma? No, it was possible for Tijan Kaba. Tijan Kaba not just one for Duam because this Tijan Kaba na diplomats. You understand? To be honest with you, Tijan Kaba are actually now even though me not to SLPP, but I admire him in leadership. He make a lot of mistakes, but I admire him in leadership. So it not been a dream dancing and they for make it happen because that man when a diplomat, he understand what it takes to lead a country. And Ernest Koroma, I believe say he get the same thing, understand? Because then tell we say they're not go do them at all. So it's possible for Tiankaba. It is just that it not been a think about that, it's not plan for do them kind of thing at all. And remember, Tiankaba after I come on a power, he not say now he begin sick now. He been a sick now. So it been a focus on even if you're not sick safe. I don't think say Tijankaba for being ever think of coming back to power after 2 terms. Okay. So by Wali say, I believe this broadcast will be in the archive of your show for the acknowledgement of the truth. We will have to go there and retrieve it when it happens. Okay. Yeah, you're talking about the possibility of SLPP break away from the country. Yeah. This is going to be in archive forever. That make in fact now two platform at the broadcast right now. At the broadcast now YouTube and Facebook. So them two platforms and they as long as they are in existence, it is easy for making able to retrieve this. But I don't believe that is going to be a reality for CSLPP. You will get some people then within the SLPP will become so angry that they will say, you know what, let we break away. But that is not going to happen, right? We'll get a small country like Gandhi, weighing about 7.5 million, with a struggle for maintain that, you know. Um, so you know what happened anyway. You know what happened. You know what happened. All right. Well, me me time on done. Actually, I don't even go beyond 7 minutes beyond me time. Well, I just want for thank you now for this interactive session, and I know say we all go think about this. Never say never. Okay. Let me just bring this out here. Never say never, because the world na something when a circular stuff. Everything what they do now based on circularity, right? So Ernest Koroma will come back in power. All right. I will try for wrap up, but let me just go through this. When is the convention? We don't know yet. Kekula Joel, we don't know. We don't know when. I believe you're talking about the APC convention. We don't know when the APC convention going to take place. But clearly, it's going to happen first half of this year. Clearly, that's not so. I believe either April, May, or June, or the most or July. But we don't know yet. Everything left with the SLPP. I say the court decision. After the court decision, then we go know from the leadership. And Peter Dowda say the Southeast can easily break away from Sierra Leone and join Liberia. What the? Ah, boy. You know, say that kind scenario and a generational fight in the course. You know that? Because that kind scenario, not a scenario where I want for discuss self because it's just too much. Ah, God. Join Liberia. Hey, Joshua, you agree? I know say you laugh because you know say na funny assumption this. That Peter Dowda, come on. You really believe that for say the APC party, what say the Southeast go break away and go join Liberia? You strongly I don't say you not believe that yourself anyway. You not believe that. Because what Liberia they do, then they just they exploit the resources they will get for their own benefit. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. All right. So we don't come at the end of the program. I just want to thank you now for this wonderful interaction. It makes a lot of what they call it. So this is going to be in the archive anytime. Go on Facebook or just type TPN Network, whether on Facebook or YouTube. You go able to go back and get the archive of this. Yeah, say Mr. Dowda is a comedian. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Na joke he make no more. So, um, all right, I'm done. I'm done, guys. Let me just pull off this stuff first.